Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games. The Michigan makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Well, you don't see this every day. They're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Great job there by the receiving team, right? You got your opponent here on the road. You're not caught off guard on the opening kick of the game. You're able to fall on it. Now your offense has the ball in great field position. You have got to make them pay for that gamble.
Handoff to the lone back. Plows through the defense. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
To the ground. He's got it again. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have pushing passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. To the air, it's Milroe. Throws to the wideout. Fires the pass, intercepted. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
Really nice job there by the defense because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Throws toward the end zone. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't pegged.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Quick pass on the fly motion. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding the first down.
Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
Really good-looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Can't get him to the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that ground.
Kept it on the ground on first down. Let's see what they do on second. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 7, Alabama 0.
Fresh set of downs after the completion. The run to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That is how you form tackle. Put your head on him, bring your feet, get him to the ground. That's how you create those little birdies that fly over people's heads when they're running with the football. You can see them getting woozy. What a great stick by the linebacker.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Feeling some heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That is a big man in the middle of this 3-4 defense. Over 300 pounds. Look at him just completely cave in the center, right back into the QB.
On fourth down, going to the air. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Warren. He's taking the shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play. Looking at a third down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Offense facing fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
Definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently now...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up.
Second down coming up.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Turns it on in midfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Offensive coordinators don't really have play sheets for 3rd and 7. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but when you put yourself in a bad situation, backed up like this, you know, with mistakes and negative plays, not many plays in the playbook you can call.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in it.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Looking downfield, it's Milroe. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Unloads it left. And that pass picked off. Looking for more room. And he'll... The Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, and the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
Keeps it and gets the first down. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This quarterback is so unique, and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
Dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Man, that is a decision offensively that potentially gets you fired as a head coach if you don't come through with that. You could have just tied the game with an extra point, but instead you go for 2 to take the lead, and they get it. Wow.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Dropping back, it's Warren. Buys a little extra time. Finds the tight end. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now to being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Wants to throw on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. He caught it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. To the air. It's Warren. Fires into the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Alabama 8, Michigan 7.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. At the 20, he's got space.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between.
The give to the back. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He fires to the left side. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making. And
he's looking deep. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Wolverines. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. They'll try to blast their way in. He gets it into the end zone for the 2 to push that lead out to 7. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Warren coming after him. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They'll try the jet sweep going for the first down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The offense has converted just one time in 4 fourth-down attempts, but they'll try it again. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Buying some time. Fires on the move. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
What a great stop in a big moment for this defense. Nice job getting the stop. Now listen, the ball goes back to the offense, and this has a chance now to be a great finish. That was a clutch stand for this defense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
4th down, gotta have it here. Buys a little time. Lets it fly. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's a back-breaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
The offense lining up for a first down play. The give to the back. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center of the guard. The tackle's doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4.
In other scores around the country.
Wants to throw. It's Warren.
Millersville University, 21.
Lost one deep down the right side. Intercepted. Trying to take it back. And with that turnover, we come to the close of this game. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, it just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think, would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack.